Check it out. Got some background lights for us. Today we're going to be talking about some self-anchor systems, quick draws, and how to build an anchor. Alright guys, stay tuned. Alright guys, if you got yourself a Motorius self-anchor system, this is how you work it. There's you can use other stuff to make yourself a self-anchor. We'll get into that in a minute, but this is what I recommend the most. If you watch my other videos, I explain to you why I believe the Motorius self-anchor system is probably one of the most important things that you should purchase. But this is how you work it. You got the long end with the loop like this. You put it through your bottom of your harness hole, just like as you would do it to your rope, climbing rope. Put it under both. Make sure you guys get under. You're gonna bring this loop up. You can put this loop in that hole, and you can lift it up like so. So then you got yourself a self-anchor system. And what I usually do is grab me a carabiner, I put it through, and I lock it on my harness just like that. Alright guys, so that's one way to make this. This is another different way you can make a self-anchor system. Alright guys, so you grab a sling, you do the exact same thing. You put it under your harness hole, just like your climbing rope, as you would both. You grab one of the bottom one, flip it, and now you got the exact same idea, right? But the only different thing is you have to get up and see how far you're from the boat, and you have to do an overhand knot like so, and then you would anchor yourself here or give yourself another overhand knot over here, and then you can hang on here. So but this is kind of mess. That's why I would suggest you getting a Motorius one. I believe they're the best one there is. So alright guys, that's it for this self-anchor system. Alright guys, now to quick draws. The thing that you need to know about the quick draws, there's not too much to it, is that there's two different sizes. There's one that's kind of flimsy and loose, and there's one that's kind of tight. Mine has a rubber band on it, but most of them, like even like Black Diamond, they're pretty still. You can't really move them. You gotta force it to move. The reason this is for, when you're going up climbing, you want to use this loose part and clip into the boat. So when you clip in with the rope, this is not so flimsy, and you can get your rope through nice and easy. Because if it was flimsy, it would be hard for you to catch on to, you know? That's what you need to know. So make sure when you guys are clipping onto a boat, make sure it's the looser side, and the part that you're climbing the rope is the tighter side, alright? That's all I got to explain about carabiners, and I'm going to show you guys how to use the carabiners for anchor necks, alright? Alright guys, when you guys get to the top of your climb, you're going to see two boats. Let's assume that these are two boats. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to get yourself your self-anchor system, and you're going to clip on to the first boat, right? Make sure your gate is always facing downwards. Lock on. So you secure one way. Another way to secure yourself is to get to another boat. Make sure, remember, your gate is facing downways, and you lock it up. What you do is you make a Clove Hitch. I'll make a quick video about that, or maybe I'll explain to you guys right now. What you gotta do is you gotta grab a rope, loop it once, loop it twice, and the second one that you loop the exact same way, you put it underneath the first one, right? And this is your Clove Hitch. You put both of your ropes into a carabiner and you tighten it up. This way, this Clove Hitch, now if you were to fall, it would stop you automatically. So this is your backup. So you have one backup and two backups. So here's our boats right now. And make sure your carabiners are always locked as soon as you go. This is why it's important for you guys to have locking carabiners when you guys are working on an anchor, right? Another way that's important, because not just you're gonna be climbing it and other people is climbing it, and you're most responsible because you're the one who's setting up the anchor and you don't want any accidents to happen. So what you want to do is you want to secure yourself with the locking carabiner instead of just one that clips, but there's more chances of getting an accident with this, right? So next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna get your, so these are the two boats. This is how you guys gonna make an anchor with the quick draws that you have. You're gonna go up there, you're gonna click into one, clip into the other one. Remember, the part that's flimsy is the part that you put on. Put another one on. Make sure the gate is facing the opposite side, and then make sure your part that your rope's gonna go through is facing the opposite side too. So at that time, you can take the rope, put it through opposite side, and there it is, right there. And then you tell your climber to take, you take, and you have it right there. So that's one way to make yourself an anchor. If you're a beginner climber, this is what I would make you suggest you guys doing it first couple times, where until you're 100% learning how to build yourself a different kind of anchor, which is the most of the anchor that a lot of people take. Like me, when I go climbing, I take an anchor that's already kind of set up a little bit, and I'm gonna explain that to you guys. But this is, make sure you guys, if you guys are beginner climbers, use a quick draw and kind of learn it, and just make sure the gates are facing opposite, and you're gonna be safe, alright guys? So stay tuned for the next one. I'm gonna show you guys how to build an anchor system out of a sling. Alright guys, this is how you guys make an anchor out of a sling. First you would be up there and you would have your self anchor system, but I wanted to kind of clear everything up so it's kind of easy for you guys, so I can show you to you guys easier. So you would go up there, there's two boats, so you would clip onto one, face it down, right? All your gates, always your carabiner face gate's gonna be facing down. Alright, another one gonna be like so. The reason that your gate is always facing down, because gravity is gonna always take it down, and that's the last chance of you guys getting into an accident. So remember that, right? So after you guys get up there, you have put your two locking carabiners up there. You're gonna put your sling through. Now this is important. Do not pull the sling like this. Make sure you grab the top over here and pull it down, and you make sure you get yourself a V, just like that. All right. And then at this point, you can twist one of the ropes and get yourself two locking carabiners facing opposite side. At this time point is okay for you, and you'll be safe, because if somehow one does come out, right, something happens, it's gonna pull you, and you're gonna be safe right here, right? So you're gonna be always be safe right there. But you see how long it took for this to break, and then you will catch you back over here. You know how much drill it takes. So to eliminate that, what you do is, before you go, before you take it out, you tie yourself a little knot here, or overhand knot, to create a overhand knot right here. You put it in here. You do another overhand knot on the other side, like so. Now over here, always take one and twist it, so now you're not in a danger side. So you lock it up, one in, lock another one in, opposite side gate, right? And now if anything happens, let's say this one fails, you're not going as much. This is saving you. So yes, you're still gonna get pulled in, but you're not gonna have a bigger fall, and the pressure is gonna be less, right? The key factor is up here, building an anchor, is always twisting one away from the other one. That way it is secure right here. All right. I believe what else you can do is you can, if the route is too long, you need to shorten it up. You can do an overhand knot up here, like so. You will still get the same effect, like so. Still, to be safe, you would twist one, but you twist one of these knots, twist it, and use that as your. Make sure you guys have 2 carabiners in here, locked. The gates are facing opposite side, and that way, now you're ready to go. That way, if one fails, you will still have another side. The down part about this having a knot down here is you would have to go up there and judge how the route is, because you do not want your route to be going this way and only have and tie a knot here, and you're only using one side of the boat. You want to be using both of the side. So if the route is coming out from that side, you keep face that way, and then tie a knot there. That way it's equalized to that side, and both of the sides are being used. You know, like so. That way, and then of course you would twist one here. You would put it in. Always have 2, right? Opposite side. Now your route is going that way. If your route is coming up here, look what happens. You're using your full weight on just one boat, and the other one's not being useful. So make sure you aim the route that you're taking. Okay. So that's it for this. Make sure you guys are secure on this, and I'll show you guys another way. The way I usually do it, have it already set up, right? Alright guys, this is how I set up my anchor already. Before I go there, my stuff is pretty much made up already. What I did was I got me some static rope. I believe it was 5-6 millimeters, 5 or 6, one or the other. I like the thicker ones because that made me feel more safer, and in our channel, you know, feeling safe makes us a better climber, and better climber make us succeed. So I usually do that. I make sure I have my knots in already, my overhand knots on both sides. That's gonna have my thing. So we'll go up to the route. We will be on our safety. What I first to do is I clip on. Remember to face your gate downwards. Downwards. Make sure you lock it. Now at this point, as long as you twist one of these around, you're good to go. So you would have another one. You would put 2 locking carabiners like so, right? Opposite side, and you're good to go, right? Anyway, any direction, you're good to go. For me, some of the routes are kind of like there's like lots of edge, and I don't like having a lot of rope between routes. So what I usually do is I shorten it up. And remember, it's important for you to say, hey, my route is coming from over here this time. So what I would do is I would do an overhand knot. There we go. That's the thing about these thick ropes. You don't have too much room to work with, but you just keep on being persistent and it'll work. So then, boom, you got yourself a route. Remember, we always twist one, and that way, now we know the route is coming this way. I clip one locking carabiner in this way, and I put another locking carabiner facing that way. Now my gate is facing opposite of post, and we're good to go. And what I would do is I would have a clove hitch, right? We already talked about the clove hitch. It will be up here. right? The part that the climbing rope is coming from, I would take it and I would put it through the first one. Then I would clip onto the back one, right? And then make sure you lock. At this point, now you know we be on our safety, so we want to be safe. We want to tell the person to take, right? First thing you want to do is get off your clove hitch. So you would get out of your clove hitch, you let it loose, you tell a climber. The person that's playing, you say take, they would take. You'd be like, oh, I am clear. You be on your safety. At this time, before you get off of your safety, these are the most important things that you need to do. You need to make sure everything is checking and your locking carabiners is locked. All 4 of them, okay? At this time, you want to tell your person take, and you want to get yourself off the pressure of your self anchor system, and you want to be on full pressure on this rope, all right? So then at this time, you would say take. See, you would relate down to the person that's playing. You'd be like, hey, I'm going to get off my safety. So then you would get off your safety, you would lock yourself in, and there you go. That's how I usually have my my stuff set up. There's many different ways. I would suggest you guys using for the beginners, using quick draws as a start. Make sure the gates are facing the opposite side, like so. You know, when you're together like this, make sure the gate is facing the opposite side. That's what I would suggest. But do learn how to make an anchor. There's many different types of ways to make an anchor. So stay tuned. I'm gonna make some more videos for you guys. I think we're done with what our equipment does. Next, we're actually gonna go onto the crag, and I'm gonna show you guys how to put all these together so you can climb. All right. But before I wanna go, I wanna give you guys another sample of how to make a clove hitch. I think clove hitch is very important, right? So what you do is you grab yourself a rope, make one circle. The second one, exact same circle. All right. The second one you put it in front of the first one, and that way you got yourself a clove hitch, and you would put it anywhere you want, and you would lock it. And this will not. Now you're safe. All right. Clove hitch is very important, so make sure you guys learn that. All right, guys. All right, guys. I think that's it for us. I hope you guys learned something. Next, we're gonna be out to the crag and doing other stuff. Right, guys. All right, guys. See you later.